Oh, actually, you know what? I am not on the right mic. I'm looking at it. Now I am. Okay, much better. I'm going to turn it down a little bit because it's right by my face now. And yeah, so I'm back. Haven't streamed in a while, I know that. Since I beat Bioshock Infinite. That's fine. I just didn't feel like streaming. I don't know what it was. I mean, I went through a lot of did a lot of job applications and stuff like that, and just kind of relaxed. But obviously I need to start streaming because of this gigantic HoN patch. So I am here to not only play said HoN patch, but also do a sizable amount of talking about it. And yeah, so I'm going to go through all of the patch notes right now. I'm in practice mode, and I am going to go through all the patch notes and give you my opinions on them and go from there. Actually, you know what? We are not going to play music for this portion of the cast. We are only going to play it when we start playing TMM. So, yeah, I guess let's get to it. By the way, keep in mind, I have not seen any of these. Well, that's not true. I've seen some of these. This is practice mode. I know the extent that I know the patch notes is whatever was in testing when I left S2, which is a decent amount of stuff. Whatever was leaked yesterday by Idager, Alan, I know him as Alan, you know him as Idager, in the Reddit thread. That's all. It's the only things that I know. And whatever was in the videos. So I did not know about Sir Bensington, outside of the fact that Beaver Lancer was a thing. But there wasn't a fully put together hero at the time. But I speak too much. Let's just start this. I'm going to have the patch notes open on one screen. I'm just going to scroll and go through each thing and talk about it. So first thing, early access program suspended indefinitely. Thank you. This is basically something that the designers have been like, you know, we'd love it if we don't have to make as many heroes, type of thing for a long time. And I know that kind of sounds weird when it's like a game about, you know, heroes, but the key is that when the designers aren't making a hero, and they kind of go into this in the patch notes, when the designers aren't making a hero, they can do other stuff, and that involves reworks and new items and things like a new map, or you know, all that stuff. If they weren't constantly making heroes every week, then they have more time for that other stuff, which is good. It means that they can do more with the game that is being played and less with adding new content. Because honestly, there's a lot of heroes. Like there's just a lot. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. There's a lot of heroes. So I think this is fine for now. I look forward to see whatever other heroes they come out with down the line, and I know they will. I'm sure they will come out with more. But it just means that there's less pressure on the designers to come out with a new one every 4 weeks, and that's nothing but good. So moving on, we have Sir Bensington, which is this fine fellow. Story behind Sir Bensington and my feelings on Sir Bensington. At the time of, well before I was let go, a long time ago, there was a hero concept, or at least an avatar that was the beaver in SBT, and it was hilarious, but the designers wanted to make it into a hero, and I was like, please, let's not do this. It's terrible. I know, it's funny, but please not make it into a hero. So I was a little bit peeved when I saw that this was a thing. And it's like, how can you get any more ridiculous than a beaver riding a ferret? And I know this was their intention. Let me start out with that. The intention with this avatar was to be as ridiculous as possible, and they succeeded in that. And that's fine, I guess. I don't have a say in it. I didn't have a say in it then, either. I just expressed my opinion that I thought it was silly. But I don't know nothing about this hero, so let's read through his abilities, and I will talk about what I think about him. But we're also going to have to go into the jungle, or else we're not going to get anything. And I already know this, and so we're just going to go ahead and buy it. Oh, what the fuck is happening with that? Okay, that's probably a bug. Anyway, come back to this thing. Oop, I have the money. Alright, how is that? Okay, this person's awful. Like, I don't even know what you're thinking, because there's no reason to not have that. This, oh wait, this has the Strider's thing on it now, doesn't it? Cool. Yeah, it does. Alright, we'll get to that in a little bit. Anyway, so, holy shit, you're fast. Wow. Okay, that's an annoying voice. I have to try out the other ones. Anyway, I feel like that should have been part of the thing. Anyway, so Sir Bensington. Let's go over here in the lane, actually. So first skill, Joust. Target direction, dash forward up to 900 units, passing through the first enemy hero hit and stopping 275 on the other side of them. Deals 310 magic damage and stuns. What's the scaling like for it? Well, okay, so that's not that bad. Cooldown's low. Mana cost is low-ish. It's medium. Query. Answer yes. Okay, I have an attack. I attack from really far away, but I knew about this already. So if I were to charge into a creep wave, I'm going to go and charge into a creep wave. Okay, so that's pretty effective. We learned that. That's pretty effective. My game is slightly laggy. I apologize for that. Tralf in the buddy messages complaining, which is fine. So Royal so anyway, so that's interesting. It's like a quicker Cthulhu font charge that doesn't stun as long, I guess. So that's cool. Royal Stump. Okay, so this is the flux thing. Does it work on creeps? It does. So what's the range on that? That's pretty small, actually. And it slows, too. Okay. That's not so bad. I'm not so upset about that. When I saw it in the video, I was just like, okay, really? We need to have a flux? And that has a really low mana cost. Excuse me. That has a really low mana cost. Holy crap. That's, like, super low. What is it at lower levels? 70? Wow. Okay, well, that's a nice little early game spell. But it's smaller. The radius scales. Okay. Okay, no, the radius doesn't scale. The distance that they can... Okay, so the slow is always in a 375 radius, but you only get the pull 350 radius away. And it slows them 40%. It's helpful. It's pretty cool. Alright, this is the thing that I have, like, absolutely no idea about. What is this crap? So passively increases your attack... Well, let's go up here. So passively increases your attack range by a lot. So he, at max level, has 328. That's pretty good. Your attacks passively apply a buildup of up to 5 charges. Activate to increase your attack range bonus to 300 and add a butt ton of magic damage to your next attacks. Charges are removed after not attacking for 6 seconds. Okay, so you can't charge it up and then just run around and be like, I'm gonna hit you really hard. Let's go check out this. That's like really far. It's cool though. I actually really like this idea, the idea of a jouster. I think I actually talked about something similar to this while I was at S2. I don't know exactly, but so let's see. We hit this button. We have 4 seconds of I can hit shit really hard. I'm not going to be able to hit anything really hard because I'm out of range. But I'm kind of curious as to how hard hitting it really is. I feel like like, my game is, like, spazzing right now, and it's bothering me. We're gonna close iTunes for now. Maybe that'll make a difference. Anyway, so let's try and get a nice set of charges up. And we're going to one-shot this thing. Okay, so that hits pretty hard. And it gives you extra range, so that's kind of cool. And you can do it per charge. Yeah. So you can do it per charge, so you can have like a few charges, and then it'll do that. Alright, so then the more important thing. So what can I target with this? So target an enemy, so it look like regularly. Oh my god. It's the Diablo 2 legendary thing. S2. Why? Anyway, so let's check this out. Up here. So, max level is 5,000 range, which is how far? Pretty far. Really far. Excessively far. Alright, so this is like super duper far at regular level. It's basically global. And when I say basically global, I mean it's like Dark Lady, whatever the hell it is. The spell, Cover of Darkness. Because like it used to be global, now it's like mostly global. Like you don't need to be you don't need to be close to people, but you don't really need to be close to people. And I can't just I can click on allies too. No, we want this. So let's see. So really far radius, range and radius, mana cost. Not really game breaking. 60-second cooldown at level 4 or at level 16. So that's good. Target enemy in the air, become invulnerable for 3 seconds. Okay. This is the problem. This is the only problem I have with it. The problem I have with it is it's basically a free escape mechanism to anywhere you want. Basically anywhere you want. Anywhere you have vision. And if you have the Staff of the Master, it is a full escape mechanism. Which is the problem, but you're also wasting it, so it's kind of like a meh, kind of, sort of. Stops. Okay, so it follows them for 2 seconds, then stops. This is a leftover from Stormcaller, which was Solomon. Sort of. Back in testing, there was Solomon had this thing for his ultimate before it became what it was, where it was like an ion cannon type of thing, where it would like target and then it would follow the person around. But it just became too annoying for people, so they took it out. This isn't as bad because it's like it goes up and then it's just gonna be like I'm coming down right now, so that's not so awful. Shatter 1 second later, dealing 500 max and a 600 radius. So that's a lot of damage, and applies Nightfall. Reduces movement speed to 50. So it's a slow. Okay, so it's a slow. Can I click these? No, okay, I can't. Can I click regular creepies? Okay, so you can't click allies, so that's helpful. Can I click these? No, it's got to be heroes. Okay. See, they thought about this type of thing. That's good. I appreciate this. So let's go back to the base, because the base is the best place to do this type of thing. We'll make a neutral, accursed, because accursed is the best little battering ram thing that I can think of. So, no, I still need this. So, you know what? It might have been that I didn't have Staff of the Master. Maybe that's why it didn't work. No, it's not. Okay, so we're going to go to this guy. I love the minimap. Pow. Alright. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I love the idea of the spell, and it's going to be hilarious. The only thing that needs to be done now is there needs to be a macro assigned to it, just like something you can put in chat that's like dun 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 dun. Even though I hate macros, obviously, it's still funny. So, oops. Okay, why are we not charging? I would like to charge him. What's happening right now? There we go. That was weird. That's a little suck-in thing. Okay. Okay, so Sir Bensington's pretty neat. Alright, so we'll hide you in Alright, and I have both avatars, but I don't care. Okay, so let's see. HoN Development Direction Shift. Interesting. Hello, sir. Giving back to the community is the best way to serve HoN. Wow! What a surprise! Testament to this fact, most changes of patch written, inspired by community output, tensions on reading, fine. Awesome. Totally in favor of that. Why am I in favor of that? Because it's basically what I preached the whole time I was there. And that's fine. Alright, so we have no fog of war anymore. We're going to continue being Sir Bensington, but in a different place, because we are going to go and check out the Rune of Refreshment. You dick. Alright, so what do we have to... Okay, so that's an illusion rune. Nobody cares about an illusion rune. So let's talk about Rune of Refreshment. Another cool change, and this is one that when they told me about it, I was like, yeah, obviously, that's awesome. So Rune of Refreshment spawns the opposite location of a rune, and it always spawns, so you always get a rune and a Rune of Refreshment. When picked up, it is 1 bottle sip if you don't have a bottle, and if you have the bottle, then it fills the bottle to 2/3 full. So basically, it means that this area and this area are again places of extreme contention, which is really good, because before, like, especially in a middle lane situation, like, you'd go for the rune, but it was kind of like a coin flip, like one guy go the other way, one guy go the other way, and if you missed your rune, you're kind of fucked. But now, you know, you have a bottle, he has a bottle, he gets the full rune, which is definitely beneficial to him, but you're not completely screwed, which is good. And that's a really nice positive. The other ones that people haven't really been talking about since it was announced is it's really nice for junglers, because now junglers can get a bottle, and you can also get side lane bottles as well, and pick the rune up. And pick the rune up, and more importantly, not hurt your middle hero by doing so. Because if your middle hero goes bottom, and you're like, hey, I'm in the jungle, I'm going to go top. Maybe you take the rune from the middle, and then all of a sudden, oh wow, I just gave my mid an advantage because I took the rune from the other guy, and my mid already got a rune. Awesome. That type of thing is really cool. So we're going to do this. Query, can I right-click sip this? I can. Very cool. That's another nice little thing that they did that I'll get to later, but that's somewhere else. But now, so it gives me a nice little bottle charge, and I'm all nice and full up again and happy. So that's cool. We like this. This is a positive. We're in good shape right now. So, Radial menu. Thank you. Thank you, God. After 3.0, I was pretty loud about this being the biggest thing that needed to be added. Can I do it in this? I can. Okay. Okay, so what do we have here? We have ping, cancel. Okay, so there's cancel. So that's alert. And you can alert anywhere. Oh, whoa. Hero missing. Get back. Fight here. Ooh. Huh. This is really nice. I like this. Oops, I did not want that. So that's awesome. So now I can actually ping people and tell them what the hell's going on. That's fantastic. After playing a little bit of Dota 2, you're just like, okay, HoN really needs some kind of a wheel to tell people stuff. Because it's like night and day important. Hero missing. What? That's awesome! That's so cool. Danger here. Need more help here. Coming to help here. Coming to assist. Okay, that's fantastic. That's awesome. Great job. That is more than I would have wanted it to be. So not only can you give some small amount of information, but you can then further explain yourself via just the ping. So great job whoever did that. I don't know who it was, but someone did a really good job with it. Let me read through this quick. Holding Alt and left click as you were to ping it, but hold down both buttons. Communicate with the rest of the team. Map locations. Actually, the retreat ping was something that I was behind in like December when I started. So it was a long time ago. So I can mute and ignore allies' pings by right-clicking their portrait. Okay, that's cool. Okay, you can... Oh, and it hides all their pings. Okay, so people who are being tool bags, you can get rid of that. So that's cool. So hero kill changes. Oops, mess up. So hero kill changes. So hero kills become much more valuable throughout most stages of the game. Level 1 hero kills remain mostly the same, but after level 1, experience granted for early kills is greatly increased. Late game hero kills give about a 33% increase in gold. Players are now being encouraged to get killing sprees rather than discouraged. Teams are now more incentivized to kill static farming heroes instead of avoiding them. This is the change that will make the biggest difference. This is the change that when Dogkaiser told me about it back when they were originally doing it, I was like, okay, can we put this in like now, maybe? Is now a good time to patch this in? So you get more gold per hero, less gold per kill streak, but that makes up the whole more gold per hero thing. More gold per level of the hero. You lose less gold for dying, so that means that you're more encouraged to... Again, you're more encouraged to fight, which is good. Heroes now be worth more gold depending on the GPM. Okay, the GPM thing was the really big thing that I was like, holy crap, that's amazing. Change experience granted on kills from a little bit to a lot, a bit. Well, actually the same. It's just a 200 difference. Streak will now reduce the gold lost by the streaker by 25 per streak on his next death. I like that a lot. So you're rewarded for streaking. So if you're like a fade mid and you get a shitload of kills, then you can, not feel so awful about yourself when you die because you're not gonna have as big of a negative effect on yourself, which is cool. Solar Crows now grants the absence of a Cisco to the team. That was another one. That was another big one. I forgot about that. So that one's really cool. That one's awesome because of the exact same reason I just said. So you're a fade, you're mid lane, and your fade goes, even better, you're a Sir Bensington, and there is an evil accursed in the bottom lane, and you're like, I see that accursed, and I'ma get him. So you go across the map, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna get the accursed. And you're like murdering this freaking accursed and this cursed and this accursed. So say this accursed dies. When he dies, even though there's no one around, everybody gets gold. So that means that a mid lane fade or Deadwood or Devourer or whoever you want, doesn't matter. When they get kills, they're not just playing for themselves, they're playing for the team, because that's the important thing, it's the team. So it means that you can play more aggressive lineups and get a larger benefit from it. So that's good. Not only for public, but also for competitive. Onwards. Lane dynamics. So I actually have not seen this, so I would like to. Let's go down here. This went from... This used to be much more drastic. Let's just say that much. Significantly more drastic. So melee... So, lane creeps do more damage to neutrals, range creeps do more damage to neutrals. Neutrals deal less damage to lane creeps. So let's pull them. Come on. Let's watch. I'm not going to touch them. Let's watch how badly they get wrecked. So that's significantly faster than before. It's very noticeable, actually. Especially for those. Like, those creeps usually not die very quickly at all. And when you take control of a creep, then it's reverted. Good. Okay. Okay. Awesome. And now you can't do the multiple pull thing, so you can't pull them to here and then pull them through the trees to here, which is also good. So I like that. I think that's really cool. I'm pretty happy about that one, actually. Huh. Okay. So now basically you need to double stack for shit to work. So let's display what that means exactly. Or triple stack, probably. Okay, you come here now. You both come here. No, why didn't you both come? You son of a bitch. So let's see what it's like. I mean, I assume a triple stack still murders the wave. I would hope it does, at least. Come here. Alright. Go back. I need to pull you in 2 seconds. Get out here. There we go. Alright, so one wave. Not everyone came. Come on. Alright. So the waves certainly last longer. That is without question. Okay, wow. Maybe I'm not quite right about this. It seems okay, so it won. It still won. That's good. Or did it? Wow. That was a triple stack. And the lane creep destroyed it. That wasn't close. So basically now when you do a triple, you can do a triple pull and you can kill the whole wave. It's just that you need to deny your own creeps. Before you wouldn't want to do that because you would want it to stay as long as possible. Now you want to deny your creeps because if you don't, then it won't work. But it does stay there for a really long time, which is nice. Okay. Ancients. I do not need to test this at all. Ancients are harder to kill. Movement speed up. Movement speed up, dragon, magic armor, and health up. Cool. Awesome! So, you no longer instantly die to illusion, so that means you can do Kongor faster if you have some sort of an illusion thing. So whether it's a rune or a Geometer's Bane, you can kill Kongor faster. Awesome. It's a nice little makeup for the minus armor thing that no longer happens. And, thank you, God. That's all I'll say. The mana cost thing needed to be done. It needed to be done forever ago. And I was always given that I brought it up a lot of times, and it was like, well, I don't know if we can do it because it'd be more on the UI and blah blah blah, and that's fine. But still, it's like, oh, it needed it so bad. So thank God. The one negative is that it doesn't show up for the items. Doesn't show up for the items. That sucks, but I'll deal with that. Moving on. So that was one pose. So now we move on to the other wacky stuff. So heroes. All right. So now we need to go back to base. Let's go back to base. So at its tournament rules: Oogie, Solstice, Pearl, Grenix, Lodestone, Bushwhack. You're going to see a lot of those heroes playing competitive in the very near future, especially Oogie. Because Oogie and Pearl, especially because Oogie, when it came out, I was like, okay, this hero's freaking retarded. I still hold that Oogie, when given farm, is one of the most unkillable heroes in the game. Okay, so let us start at the beginning. This is I'm honestly going to be doing this for an hour, and I'm totally cool with that. So we have does this actually need to be tried? So, Pyroclasmic Rebirth, cooldown reduced very noticeably. So at max, at first level, it's a 90-second decrease, which is pretty awesome. And then it's a 50-second decrease at level 16. So that's really nice. Now it always revives with 10... Oh, I love that. Ra now always revives with 10% health, plus 1% for each 1% mana he has left, up to 50%. Max revive health is 60%. So you only end up with 60% of your health when you res, I'm pretty sure just like you did. But now you can drain the shit out of his mana, and it's always going to happen. Wait, does it still have a mana cost? This needs to be Legion. Sean. Bang. So it does not. No longer has a mana cost. And that's cool. So now when he has no health, So now when you drain the shit out of his mana for whatever reason, he is weaker when he reses. That's cool. I like that. So it's like a nerf in the buff, kind of. Well, it's a huge buff to the cooldown, but kind of so that's cool. I like that. That's cool. We like that. Armadon. Armadillo. So the damage now scales correctly. And it goes down the closer you get to right behind him. So now gained if Armadillo reduces damage and more charges will be gained. Wasn't that the way it always was? It reduces damage? Whatever. 100% charges gain at less than 5 degrees, 95% charges gain at less than 15. Okay, so it scales, so that's cool. And then it overflows. So it'll be nice for Armadon. That's a nice change for Armadon. I love Armadon so much, so it'll be cool. So Artillery got the bat, is what happened. He got the bat. So Artillery reduced damage on our LRM, increased mana cost on our LRM, so he can't spam the shit out of it all the time. And Artillery Barrage cooldown up, so he doesn't have it often as often. So bravo. So we like that. What's okay? They full bottom tower. So that's cool. The Armadon changes are really nice. So the Blitz change, which is very desperately needed. So now the movement speed increase is not 100% anymore. It's 250% at max level, which means that it doesn't matter if you're slowed. You're still going to be at haste, which is awesome. Spore Breath stun duration is now always 175. Bramble is already ridiculous, and now he can. They're absolutely right. You can go 1 point Spore Breath and then max your I Do Not Die spell. That's awesome. I'm super excited about it. What? Cast targeting changed to target duel? Oh, is that a Witch Slayer? Is that the same as Witch Slayer? If that's the same as Witch Slayer, thank you. I had my hand in a change for Defiler. It was the change that basically made it so that you could it increased the distance that you could aim it. So I can either shoot the ground, or I can target the hero. Okay, that's awesome. And so now it'll always target him. Thank you. Testing. Thank you. Much appreciated. Alright. Devourer now immobilizes the target. Everyone knows what that means. That means that you cannot tablet your teammate to save him from Devourer. You can still tablet Devourer, but if Devourer has a Shrunken, then you cannot, which is awesome. And it makes Devourer viable, and Panda, and Succubus. Makes them all viable in the competitive scene. Hooray. Draconis with a nice little nerf. Much longer cooldowns. 15 seconds longer cooldown at all levels. So that's cool. So that means that Draconis won't have it every fight. I'll just have it in most fights, which is fine. So the Drunken Master change is the one that I need to test, because I knew about it, but I had never tried it. Actually, Waza told me about this at a party. This was after I left. Drunken Master. Alright, so at max level. So what do we have here? So we have charges already. Okay, so it just gives you charges. So if I drink, then okay, let's see. Mana cost down at lower levels, rework to now passively go charges up to 3, 5, 7, 9 charges. Give 1 charge every 3 seconds at max level. Can now be activated to channel drink all charges for 25 health per charge. So it's a nice little heal that you get. And then you also get the charges. So now you can just be Drunken Master and run around and be a pain in the ass and murder people, because you're Drunken Master, and now you have all your charges, you get all your bonuses, and you're going to see people like, oh, I don't know, who plays this hero? I wonder who plays this hero. I don't know, maybe Moon Meander. You're going to see Moon Meander play this hero again. because he's now not awful. Yay! He also may be really unkillable and frustrating to play against, but that's not my problem. Let's see. Engineer. Allow heroes with magic immune spells to no longer have to pick up shrunken heads in order to pass through energy field. What? Fence no longer works on any magic immune target instead of just shrunken heads. Still dispels protective charm. Okay, so that means that like a predator can run through it and not have any effects. That's cool. Okay. I don't know. That seems like kind of a meh change, but whatever. Cleansing shock. So the electrician thing, I actually do want to see that, so let's check it out. I feel like my game is just like not happy with me right now, and I'm not really sure why that is, but oh well. Give him that. Give him that. Alright, so now I have this, and now when I have this at max, I can cast it on myself, and it zaps to other people, and now everybody's fast. Cool. So now it chains is what it does. So you still get so you can still cleanse, but now you can purge in an area, which is really neat. I like that. That was a cool idea. I really like that one. Why is my game so slow? It's very odd. I didn't change anything. I'm having no problems on the stream itself. Oh well. Anyway, moving on. So, Aluna, one of my favoriteest heroes that was added to the game. Panda did a really great job with this hero. The story of Aluna, which is a kind of a funny one, is I forget what I was doing, but I read something and it was like it reminded me of Frozen Orb, the old sorcerer spell from Diablo 2. And I looked at it and I was like, why don't we have a spell like Frozen Orb in the game? And I didn't have an answer because Frozen Orb is like the coolest spell in any RPG ever. Frozen, it's cool, I get it. And so I went into the designer room and I was like, hey, why don't we have Frozen Orb in the game? And Panda looked at me and he went, why don't we have Frozen Orb in the game? And I said, I don't have an answer for you. And he said, well, let's put it. And so then Aluna's skill set kind of came together, and Absolute Zero is basically Frozen Orb. It used to be more like Frozen Orb, but it crashed the game. How it crashed the game, and this was a particularly amusing conversation as well while I'm talking about random crap from when I worked at S2. So there's a cap, not a cap, there's like an implied cap of the number of number of entities that can be spawned at any given time by any given ability. So I think the cap was 10, maybe. It was like you could spawn 10 things at once. Maybe it's less, I'm not sure. And this is so that you don't lag other people out because you're spawning so much crap all at the same time, or crash the server or something like that. Well, if you're familiar with Frozen Orb, what Frozen Orb does in Diablo 2 is it shoots out an orb, and then it shoots little shards of ice out all over the place, and it deals damage. And that was cool. And that's effectively what the old one did. And then Fielding came in, and he looked at it and went, you know, if you spawn that many, it's going to crash the game. And the design, and Panda looked at him and was like, I did not think about that. And it's like, how many is that spawning? And they're like, 10 a second. And he's like, no. Because it effectively spawned like over 100 in the course of like a 2 or 3, like a small second time period over the course of the ability, which is like way too much. So if you had like duplicate heroes all alone on a server and you all threw your ultimate at the same time, it would crash the server. So yeah, that got changed. But anyway, so Aluna mana cost down, and cast range increased. Oh, cast range for flash rays. So basically, my favoritist hero just got more, not favoritist, one of my favorite heroes just got buffed big time. You're going to see Aluna as a support hero in the competitive scene because she does so much damage. It is crazy. It is honestly insane. Absolute Zero is like incredibly underrated as an ability, and I'm really excited to see what people do with it. For those who are not familiar with how much incredible damage Absolute Zero does, well, her.
So you have this lovely spell, which is amazing, first of all, because it has no cooldown. I say it has no cooldown, it has a 2-second cooldown, but it really has no cooldown. But the slow on this ability is nutty. It's berserk. It really is. And then you have this, and then they're slowed more, and then you flash freeze them, and they take an ass ton of damage and get stunned. But this really destroys people. Absolute Zero is, like, insane. And it also is clear. Interesting, actually. Never really occurred to me on that. So, at the center you take, like, 625. So let's see if we can aim it perfect onto my buddy Accursed. So that's a sizable amount of damage. Yeah, that was like 500 damage taken, and that's not including her other spells, which also do a lot of damage. So yeah, she's gonna be real good. Gonna be real good, real good. So that's gonna be fun. Flint. This one actually I really need to check out because I knew about the Flint changes originally, but I never messed with them. So let's see them. I feel like I'm gonna need to restart my game. That actually may be a smart idea in general. But we'll do the Flint changes and we'll restart. So, let's see. Slow increase on Explosive Flare. It's good, we like that. Hollow Point Shells. Chance to proc is now always 40%, which basically means that he lanes better. And the damage bonus goes down at early levels at level 1, but up after that, so he does more later, so it helps him carry better. And money shot range is now really, really goddamn long. So that's cool. So I can money shot people, and it's like super, super far away. I am totally okay with that. Wow, money shot does 655 damage? That is so high. Go Flint. Alright, so we are going to very quickly restart HoN so that we're not breaking everything. Yay! Don't want to break stuff. Restarting HoN, that's what we're doing. Okay, so continuing. Patch, the new HoN patch on stream. Tune in to see my reactions to the changes. I'm tweeting, for those not familiar. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it is located right in this area. I think it's on the other side. It's on my screen. It's there. It's there. Okay, it's there. All right. Now that we've established that, it's over there. It is. So they have a podcast going on soon, which I will maybe watch. We'll see. Okay, HoN, what are we doing right now? There we go. That's better. Game again. Practice speaking. So I've had this peanut butter jelly sandwich sitting here for the last like 40 minutes, so let's eat it. I'm going to politely move this away. I'm so glad this is taking incredibly long. So let's continue, I guess. So Gauntlet increases the viability of grapple. Gauntlet will no longer become very ineffective as the game gets past the lane phase. So Gauntlet is obviously ridiculously good in lanes, but really not that great as the game gets on. I don't care. It really doesn't matter to me. We will play as Behemoth as we try out new stuff. So grapple increased travel distance from 800 to 1100 at max. Spawner. Gauntlet. I'm just going to turn off tree spawning. Gadgets! Ah! Nobody likes gadgets. There he is. There's my buddy Gauntlet. Alright, Gauntlet. Bang. Okay, so, now how does this work? I saved the 2 abilities, so that's cool. So, increase the travel distance of grapple. So let's see, actually. Okay, that's much longer. It's like a lot longer. Holy crap. So, I assume the fly distance means that when you hit someone with it, it will not be... You won't go as far. Right? Okay, so it decreases the fly distance to the exact range of the spell. So, I can still go really, really far with this. It's just not quite as far as it was before, and that's fine. So that's awesome. I'm super excited about playing Gauntlet again, because being able to do this... Being able to do this effectively... I can't believe I missed that. That's, like, really, really random. Being able to do that well is, like, so fun. So fun. Alright, so... One of the big ones. We have Gemini. So Gemini got a change. I do not love the fact that they don't have a new icon for that. So how does this work? So, Twin Strike reworked into Elemental Force. Elemental Force is a passive, gains an additional bonus for each of his attributes. Gains up to 1 armor pen for every 8 points of strength, 1 movement speed for every 2 points of agility, 1 cast speed for every 1 point of intelligence. And Fire and Ice gains 60% of the bonuses granted by this ability. So, his movement speed currently is 357. Let's buy boots on him. Boots. 407. Already quite fast. Let us also enrich myself. Let us also buy, a wing bow. 422. Let us also buy a... See, now this changes a lot about Gemini. Because now you don't have the... Oh yeah, I always forget about right-click refresh. It just always does it now. So anyway, so now you don't have that proc addition. So you don't have that thing where it's like, okay, well I can get a basher and like double stun people. Now you're just looking for stats. You're kind of just looking for stats to make yourself more powerful. And when you're in Fire and Ice, you can be really fast and do armor pen and do cast speed. So I would honestly think that it's probably Shield Breaker. You can stack the armor penetration, so that's pretty cool. But the negative to Shield Breaker is, of course, it doesn't give you any stats, which you obviously want. He's an agility hero. It's really interesting. I really have to see how it plays out. I really would have to see exactly how it works in, like, down the line. But I do like it. So, Geomancer, I'm not going to bother testing this, but obviously you know I like this because it's a Geomancer change, and I love Geomancer. Delay normalized from 3... blah, 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 to 2.5 at all levels, so basically you now have the same... We'll describe this better. Geomancer's dig is a 1 second stun. 1 second? 2 seconds? We are going to test this. We are, because I am bad, and I don't remember how to use one of my favorite heroes. Geomancer. So, 1.5 second. That's what it is. So Geomancer's stun is a 1.5 second stun. So you can dig and do 1.5 second stun. And since I'm playing Geomancer, let us finish this. There we go. So I dig somewhere, and I stun. And this is a 1.5 second stun. The significance of this is that if I cast my ultimate, then immediately dig and stun, the ultimate has a 2.5 second buildup. So you figure it's gonna take maybe a half second for someone to notice that it's there. Maybe it will give them the benefit of a doubt. We'll give them a quarter second. So they're going to notice it's there. Quarter second, I'm stunning them at that point, especially if I have Portal Key. So it's bang, bang. So now you're stunned. You're going to come out of your stun 1.5 seconds later. That is already only 1 second to react to the ultimate. That's not including the amount of time that it took to build up before I stunned you, which is about, like a tenth, 2/10, 3, X amount of time. So a good placed Geomancer ultimate, unless you have a push book or a blink or, something like a Storm Spirit, you're getting hit by it. That's the end of the story. So unless you're Mage Bane or Wretched Hag, unless you have push or you rally, you're pretty much going to get hit by that ultimate at that point. And that means that he's able to initiate much better. And this means that you can do it at lower levels as well as at the level 16, which is really nice for him. And the radiation increased from 300 to, at all levels to 350, so now it's a wider radius, so it's even harder to get out of, and that's not even counting when you go and buy this. Because now it is huge as fuck, as you can see by the gigantic size on the screen. It is kind of bugged at the moment, which is upsetting. Normally it would give you the nice big thing that shows, like, it's like an outside circle and an inside circle. So the slow is huge, so that's awesome. Love that. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Gladiator, cooldown reduced on the whip from 16 at first level to 10. Wow, that's a major, major, major difference. Wow. Holy crap. Yeah. That's going to make Glad really good again. His harass damage is going to be out of this world with that. That's really cool. I like that a lot. So, Gunblade. Grappling, shot now much more usable at early levels while lasting long enough to get the full effects. So, armor debuff increased, range increased. Okay, so that's decent. That's pretty damn good range. Now damages catapults, crippling shot. Okay, so now he can farm better. He can farm full waves, so that's cool. And he gets the better armor bend. So he'll actually might be more interesting. So this is one of the changes. Then we have this. This is one of the changes that everyone saw and went, "What?" It was very much this. It was that. It was what? Hellbringer. Hello, Hellbringer. Bang. Alright, so Hellbringer now has a toy. He has a toy that is just fantastic. And we're actually going to just down level him, actually. So we're going to reset. We're going to give him up to nice little 16 levels. So at level 1, you spawn 1 Malphus. And that's all well and good. Because then at level 2, damn it, you spawn 2 Malphuses. And that's awesome and all, but then at level 3, you spawn freaking 3 Malphus! What is this crap? Alright, so now we have to go and do the most important thing of our buddy Hellbringer. And this is the thing that I thought immediately when I heard this change. Oh wait, hold on. Let me read through the changes before I freak out about this. So, Unholy Shackles cooldown reduced so he can slow better. Life Void duration increased, so that makes him a lot better. Summon Malphus cooldown down, so that's better, but only at the later levels. Change the Malphus demons to 3. Stats of Malphus change slightly higher than the old level 1 Malphus. Different Malphus demons' ability now stack with each other. Oh my god! What? So, Immolate stacks, so now you're taking 60 DPS, so it's like a Mach. Great. That's awesome. It is a Mach, isn't it? Is it Mach 60? Actually, not going to tell me how much it is. 40. So it's better than a Mach. Wow! Okay, that's cool. So now when you have a bajillion Malphus on the screen, you're basically raping everything. And that also means that you can breathe on people, and multiple people at once. So that's fun. So anyway, so let's do what I was going to do here. We want that. We also really would like there to be a reason for what's just happened. It's because I have boots on, Gemini. I'd like my boots, please. Guess I need to, like, sell all this crap, or else it gets, like, lost. He doesn't have a staff thing. Yeah, he doesn't. Alright, anyway, so, let's go test out the most important part of this change. Because this is the thing that, like, when I first heard it, I was like, this might be a problem. So I'm curious as to how big of a difference it makes. So how badly can you rape this tower? Bang. Tower. Kill. So pretty fast. It's basically a dead tower. Yeah, you can kill the tower alone really quickly. Especially with a creep wave, like, you can rape it. Experiment time! Now, for those who know me, they will know that I love doing stupid crap in mid-wars. stupid crap being that I really enjoy... Oh, I want that too. Give me a bunch. I really enjoy pushing down towers when people don't expect me to do it. So, this is how you test that behavior in this. And the mid-wars towers are easy to kill too. So we're going to drop this. We're going to run up here. We're going to hit this tower, and we're going to put the damage buff on him. So how much does this rate this tower? Okay, so the tower is taking no damage. Why? I'm confused by this change. What's happening? I feel like that's a bug. Why is that happening? It's just chain regenning. I killed the first tower. That's very odd. Alright, so I'm going to ignore that and be very confused about it. Anyway, so let's run over here. Oh, I forgot I need a refresher. You're right. Why did I not buy a refresher? So now in Mid-Wars, you basically build Hellbringer like this. This is what you do with Hellbringer in Mid-Wars from now on. You go this identical build. And then you walk up to towers and you go, oh, hey, tower, how are you? Hi, tower. Hi, tower. How are you, tower? How are you, tower? What's up? How are things? And then the tower just feeds. The tower absolutely feeds. Like, what is this? Wow. That's ridiculous. So now the other thing about doing this is I'm pretty sure it will just instantaneously kill almost anything in the game, because you're taking a retarded amount of magic damage over time. Ooh, more fun! Ooh. No, the refresher doesn't have a cooldown because I have right-click refresh on. So let's murder Kongor and see what happens. Okay. Refresher Malphas can solo Kongor. This we have learned today. Refresher Malphas solos Kongor. Cool. It's not even slow either, it's quick. That's quite surprising. Wow. Alright, so that's the new fun thing to do in the game. Excellent to know. No, Behemoth, get your ass back in here. Okay, Hellbringer, so that's awesome. Let's go back to town. Shall we? Cool. Alright, so Hellbringer is ridiculous. Good to know. Keeper of the Forest, reduce Keeper effective health against physical attacks, and we'll make him a little easier to hit. Kill. Also give Nature's Veil for time soaking. So, big ol' nerf to Keeper of the Forest. Lower agility gain, reduced armor from Nature's Veil, and a slight fade time before the stealth, and his cooldown increased on root. So he is not an issue anymore. He'll still be good, but he will not nearly be as bad. Awesome. Kraken. Starting armor increased. Good. Intelligence link gain per level increased. Good. Splash. More damage. Good. So now he hits harder in lane, it's harder to kill in lane, and can use his spells more. So it basically makes Kraken way better in the early game. So that's fun. Lodestone. Cooldown increased on its ultimate at lower levels. Cool. It's fun. Madman. This one I saw, did not quite understand. So let's figure this one out. Madman. The Madman. Alright, how does this work? Madman becomes increasingly proficient in cutting enemies, extra damage the more he attacks them, max damage increased 2d6%. Wow. Passively implies gash to the enemy with every attack, stacks up to 6 times, lasts for 3 seconds, taking 9% bonus damage per charge from the attacks made by the Madman. Oh, accursed! Thank you, accursed. So Madman can now run up to people and be like, hey buddy, I'm gonna do a lot of damage to you. Noticeable. How about now? Wow. Okay, Madman. Okay. That's cool. Wow. That's... wow. So let's give him some friendly Madman items. You know, the type of items that you would normally see on a Madman. Honestly, I never play Madman. I would go Steam Boots because he already has a sprint. Let's give him something like a Dawnbringer, because that seems like a fun idea. Actually, no, he always would get this. Or no, you can get probably an Abyssal, right? You get an Abyssal Skull. That is a weird icon. So we'll go Dawnbringer. We'll go Abyssal Skull. Would be cool like that. What else would he get? He would have a Nullstone sometimes, most of the time. And let's give him something else. Maybe a Basher. Let's give him a No. Ooh, no. Ooh, no. See, now he doesn't have crit on his gash anymore, so that means he can go crit. Hooray. 4. Cool. Alright, so let's see how badly he rapes right now. Oh god. Oh god. Madman, new favorite hero. Alright, well, that's gonna be fun. Alright, so you have fun with that, Madman. So kids, go play Madman in your next game, because that's ridiculous. So now Noxious Cloud gives Clear Vision for Monarch. I'm eating my sandwich, I apologize. And Cleansing Wind is better. Okay. I'm down with that. It's easier to hit with Cleansing Wind. And you get the Clear Vision. She actually might get picked now. It's very possible. So, Moon Queen nerfs. Increased mana cost of Moonbeam. Good. Can't spam it as much. Reduced stun duration from 1 to 0.7, 0.8, 0.91. Good. I'm glad that they kept the 1 second thing, because it's really important for her. And that change that got it to 1 second, that made it 1 second, was, I felt like, a really good idea. And now you keep that, but you also make her not so retarded in lanes. And also multi-strike bouncer introduced from 500 to 450. I wonder how far it'll bounce now, but I'm not testing that. So, Morexis. Okay, so I have 10, so that's pretty cool. Hi viewers! Love you. So Meraxis. Magic damage, or magic armor reduced. So that's cool, because Meraxis is really hard to kill. So Staff of the Master with Myrmidon. Staff of the Master upgrade on attack now does magic damage and slows on a 250 radius. Increases damage from that to that. So it does more damage and slows now on attack. So now you can really do carry Myrmidon, as stated in the patch notes. So that's neat. I like that. That's cool. That's fun. Nighthound passively grants 6, 12, 18 agility on his ultimate, and the fade time is reduced. So Nighthound's better, which I approve of, because Nighthound's a really cool hero, and he just kind of doesn't ever get played, because you can just buy any vision at all, and he's instantaneously useless. So that'll be good. Nomad, cooldown increased on edge counter, totally fine with that. Nomad is super, super, super good. Oogie, more change to Ghost Monstrous. Oogie with Steam Boots will still move about as fast. Conflagrate, movement speed bonus change from a flat blah to a 21st to a movement speed increase %.
More changes. Ghost Marchers. Oogie Steam Boots will still move about as fast, while Oogie with Ghost Marchers will no longer be so close to haste. So now you just buy. So now you can buy Steam Boots on Oogie, and it makes more sense. Okay. Ophilia. Allow teams to have more of a chance to stop her pushes without needing tons of area effect damage. Also allows teams a better time frame to purge Judgment or fears to kill them. This was a change that people were requesting for a long time. Specifically, the second one. But command bonus health given to minions lowered, so Ophilia minions are easier to kill. Scroll over a little bit here. So Ophilia minions are easy to kill, so that's awesome. Ophilia's Judgment, time it takes to teleport an ally back to the fountain increased from 6.543 to 5.55, 4.54. So now you have much more. You have a full second more to purge the teleport back. And also the big one is Ophelia's touch no longer heals neutrals to full, so it only heals triple of the amount. So they'll mostly heal to full, but not all of them, and that also means that you can kill their neutrals a lot easier. We already discussed the Pandemonium thing. You can't tablet Pandemonium's target when he's using his ultimate. Pharaoh can no longer block neutral camps with his Tormented Soul. I would agree with that. It was there. We removed Pharaoh's ability to prevent neutrals from spawning because of his ability to do it easily from anywhere on the map, and no one having the ability to stop it. It was there to prevent Pharaoh from stacking camps, but it is viewed that free stacking compared to free preventing is the lesser of two evils. I would agree with that, and it will actually, a good Pharaoh would be able to stack. The camps pretty effectively. It means that Pharaoh can do some really nice things for his whatchamacallit, carry. So that's pretty cool. Pearl slight tone down on the push bubble. So whirl bubble, lower radius, preservation, duration lowered. Okay, so that's cool. So little nerfs to Pearl, especially with her coming into competitive scene when she's still going to be ridiculous. But yeah, now Pharaoh can stack 2 camps on Legion extremely easily. He can probably stack 3, honestly, if he has a hatchet. But that's good. That's good. That's a happy thing. Since anybody can stack 2, you can stack these 2 super easily. Just timing it right. Alright, so here's the one that we need to play with here. Here's the one right here that is going to be one of the more noted changes because of how hilarious it is. Pebbles. If you buy a Staff of the Master on Pebbles, now he gets Group Truck. With the rock, really? Could he? I'll have to try that. So now he gets Group Truck. What does Group Truck mean? Group Truck means that. That's what Group Truck means. It means that you can do goofy shit. Instead of throwing one hero up, you throw a lot. A lot being 3. So it also means that you can do really funny stuff like this. Yay! Isn't that fun? So Pebbles now is hilarious. No, it does about the same. It's a little bit more, I think. It's just that, it's because, like, if it did 3 times the damage, it would be ridiculously overpowered. It's because it, like, spreads it out over the amount of chuck. But it means that you can do really dumb shit with it. It is currently hilarious, though, because you can throw 3 people at other people. How is that not amazing? The only thing that would be, actually, no, you could still. You could, like, imagine this mind-blowing situation. I am Pebbles. We are hiding in the forest. There is an accursed. We see an accursed. I'm like, guys, we're gonna kill that accursed, okay? Alright? Ready? Go! Boom! Accursed. You poor soul. You throw people and then you teleport.
Time is wasting. Move aside.
So it's like double awesome.
Only the brave linger.
Alright, anyway. So, That's amazing. I'm super excited about using that. So Predator. This change allows Predator to spread terror more consistently more often while giving his enemies a way to deal with it. So terror's down. What? Okay, what is that? Holy shit. What in the world is that? Excuse me. While I freak out about this. Oh my god, terror's passive. Applies terror to anything attacked 3 times in a row. Cannot build up charges on anyone currently debuffed with terror. Terror minus 6 armor when attacked. Buffs the target's attack speed and movement speed up 15%. So basically, you leap them. You get 1, 2, 3, and now you have terror. And now you're like, I'ma kill you. And then you can get terror on somebody else, too. Interesting. So that's neat. Kind of like that. Only in a row, so you can't change targets. Yeah, Elder Parasite Predator is, like, gonna be stupid. Alright, well, moving on. More stuff. Puppet Master. True to his name, Voodoo Puppet really does function like Voodoo does now, transferring any negative effects like dot stuns and other disables to the affected player. Oh, that's gonna be so funny. The Puppeteer's hold and Puppet Show on the Voodoo Puppet will also transfer the target. Oh, Puppet Master, what is that? Cooldown reduced on Voodoo Puppet. Debuffs now transferred. Using channel abilities such as Devourer, Polyarch Priest, Tongue-Tied, and Voodoo Puppet will stun the target for the duration of the channel. What? That has so many hilarious applications. That's probably my favorite thing about the patch so far. I didn't realize that's what that meant. Because this is the important part here. It's because of the snap radius. Because so I have him, and the puppet will stay forever. So what's the snap radius? It's pretty far, right? So it's up to... It's further. Okay, so it's here. Here's the snap. So let's go run my little way back over here. Here, puppet. Cast that on you. There we go. So we have this. We're going to go all the frickin' way over here. So I'm all the way over here. I'm trying to run away from the puppet. And Pebbles goes, "Not today, dirtbag!" And you get stunned on the other side. That's so sick. Can I do this too? Ah! That's so funny!
I'll crush them all.
And it would do the slow too, right? Oh, it died. Stop it, Fred. No, cast it. Oh god. So if I do this, he'll get slowed? Okay, he did get slowed. Huh. Oh, Puppet Master. The funny shit that we will be able to do now. Okay, so we're going to pop open the Liberatorium for a second, and we're going to laugh at the dumb crap that we can do with Puppet Master now. So let's just go through here. So he has stun. I wonder if that suckback will work. Probably not. If it's a debuff, it'll work. You know, I don't know. I don't know what will happen. Let's try it. We have a Gauntlet already spawned, so we can do that. Where's Gauntlet? Gauntlet. He will get stunned. So you can do goofy shit like what I just did and pull it in. That's fun. But no, he gets stunned. He does not get pulled back. Because it's the debuff that affects him. It's not that. So anyway, so let's laugh more. So that's a stun, super slow, stun, minus magic armor. Oh, that's kind of cool. So you can get minus armor on someone. Can't swap, because that's not a debuff. You could slow the shit out of them. That's really cool. Because now if someone's running away from the puppet, you can slow the puppet and they'll get slowed, even if they're out of range. So you can do like Hellbringer slow on the puppet, and it'll slow him. You can minus magic armor. You can slow. You can do all kinds of cool stuff. You can disarm. Wow, you could disarm them from far away. That is an excellent point. Less so on Curse Ground maybe, but more so on Blood Hunter. Oops. Blood Hunter. Alright, come here.
A special puppet I need for you.
Answer yes! It's not doing anything because I'm selecting him. But yes, it does affect him. It does indeed. Alright, so we're actually just going to have him patrol like this. We're going to run around. Oops. And run around, running around. I'm going to go over here and we'll be like, bang! Oh, that's just amazing. That's just fantastic. South Forest ult would work because it's a debuff. I assume Corpse Ground would work too because that's a debuff. I can't do the Learnatorium all of a sudden. What is the deal with this? What's happening right now? Oh, it's because I don't know why it is. It's really odd. I have no idea what that's happening. Anyway, so yeah, South Forest ult would work. Voodoo Curse would work. But let's move on. Let's move on with our lives. Do something else. So that's amazing. That is my new favorite change in the patch. Revenant will now be able to affect the entire allied team. Manifestation, Staff of the Master affects 2 additional targets. So now you can do dumb stuff to everyone. So Revenant now you can give everyone the crazy attack buff. You can give everyone, probably on the enemy too, because it says now affects targets. So now you can do the AoE damage thing to everyone on the enemy team, which is cool. And then you can invis everyone. You can just invis your whole team. Yeah, the only problem with Revenant is he's really easy to kill. Like, if you have Vision, he's, like, dumb easy to kill. But he's just going to be, like, a ridiculous team support now. You actually might see him as a support hero. Even though he doesn't have a stun, just because of that dumb crap. Yeah, you can basically smoke gank now. It's effectively what it is. So, Rift Walker, Rift Burn, cast range increased, which is the chunk thing. So that's good, I like that. Slither. Illusions will only apply toxicity for 33%, so illusions... reduced health regeneration increase, so he gets more of the reduced health back. Toxicity duration increase, now decreases movement speed, so it slows. Again. And it lasts longer, and it makes you kill stuff funnier. Relentless Salvo, attack speed bonus decrease is silhouette nerf needed. This is the interesting one. Inhuman Nature now stores up to 10 charges, gaining 1 charge for each creep killed and 2 for each hero killed. These charges may be used on self or ally to restore 48 mana per charge. It may also be right-click to put on autocast. While on autocast, you'll instantly consume charges for yourself and not build up any charges. So it's exactly the same for Soul Reaper himself. But he can now be like a moving mana battery and just give mana to whoever he feels needed, which is really cool. That means that you can have Soul Reaper as that kind of tanky carry that is used currently, and then have like someone like a Pyromancer and be like, oh, you need mana? Here you go, buddy. And then he gets a bunch of mana. So that's really cool. I really like that change a lot. Actually, no, I should just be doing this. That would be the smarter thing to do, since I've had this up anyway. So Succubus, we already knew about. We already talked about that. Succubus will get used. Especially, like, the reason why Succubus will get used, and this is really simple, is because Bane Elemental is already picked a shitload in Dota, and competitive players like to copy Dota, and this will give them an excuse to do so. So, that is that. I'm going to have another bite of my sandwich. Okay, so Swiftblade. No longer disarms or slows Swiftblade's attack speed. Now will reduce attack damage while spinning. Okay. So now he can't crit, and he does a little bit less damage while spinning.
at lower levels.
but he still can attack you. So that means that okay, that's cool. I like that.
I like it. Like it. Tempest minions can no longer attack towers when Tempest is out of range. Fine. Valkyrie Javelin gets a partial revert. Made the stun increments better from 225, so it's now easier to hit higher level stuns. Stuns are now handled dynamically. If you land a level 4 Javelin at 225 range, you will now get a 0.9 second stun rather than a 0.5 second stun. It's cool, I guess. And leap cooldown lowered. Nice. I'm excited about that. Valkyrie's awesome. I would love to see more Valkyrie. This one is one that I have an opinion on. Suffice to say. Oops. What am I doing right now? We are spawning a Vindicator. For those who are unaware, Vindicator, one of my favorite heroes, especially after the changes, because I really, really liked his new stuff. So now, instead of the you get attacked, okay, you still get the passive attack speed, and you still have all the other stuff, so this is fine. But now you drop a totem. Well, I like the totem. Totem's cool. You can't move it, right? No. So now everyone in the area, what's the radius of this crap? Does not say. Oh, it has an aura. Okay, so you get the aura on you, and then you know you're fucked. And then it zaps you. Oh, cool. Alright, so it's like a Pugna ward, but still keeping Vindicator's neat old thing. So you actually might see Vindicator now. I still say he's really good, even though people think that this spell is not a very good farming spell. It does do 200 magic damage. It is spammable. Not that big of a deal for him to cast a lot of them, and it means that he hits really, 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 really hard when you hit like mid game. So we'll see what happens with that. Wild Soul. Change Tangling Root's Claw's duration on heroes from 3 seconds to 0.253. Well, 0, he can't have it. So it's only 2 seconds at lower levels. Cool. Okay. Witch Slayer. In addition to increasing damage done, upgrade also changes damage type from magic to superior magic, so you can shoot people through Shrunken Head. That's cool. I like that. That's fun. Alright. Items added. Moving on to items. Items added to tournament rules. Dawnbringer, Frozen Light, Searing Light, Lightbringer, War of Power. So items that enemies cannot use will be... Okay. Items that enemies cannot use will be unable to be seen by the enemy when dropped. This is done in order to prevent trolling, blah, blah. And the chest now invisible to enemy players now have a larger glow. It's basically the legendary glow from Diablo 3. Chests with items owned by your team are now visible through fog at all times. So if I put an item out here, I can always see it. I'm curious as to what that looks like, so we are going to go find out what that looks like. Does anybody have a thing? They do not.
The enemy won't survive.
Alright, you come here.
Time is wasted. Move aside.
Oh, god damn it. Fucking behemoth, come here. Oh no, I'm gonna drop my thing. I don't see anything. It's kind of upsetting. That seems like a bug. seems like a bug because it is a bug. Because if it's in the trees, you can't see it. That's a problem. That should be fixed. Okay, no. Restoration Stone is just broken. I'm confused by this. Oh. I bet I know why. I bet I know why. So now, yeah, you can see it from across the map. So that's helpful. I like that. Anyway, I bet I know why. It's because it's owned by you. It's not owned by the team. So you wouldn't have any reason to drop your item on the ground. Unless you're panning, of course. But, yeah. So anyway, moving on. So, new item. Let's instead of reading that, let's pick up Predator here. Take my buddy Predator. Let's buy it. It's under combative. No, it's under supportive. Yes. So, let's see here. What are you? You are Trinket, Guardian Ring, the Lex Talanosis recipe. Lex Talanosis. Talionus. Lex Talionus. No idea what the significance of that is. On use, lowers both target and your own armor, and magic armor will not be negated by Nullstone. So you can do it through Nullstone. Holy shit. Item contains passive magic armor bonus, does not stack with other magic armor items. What? Oh, so if you have it, you have a little bit more magic armor, but it doesn't stack with vestments. 3 armor, 1 magic armor, 2.5 health regen. Can be upgraded twice. Okay. I wish there was a sound, but I'll take it. So I buy another one. No, come here. Let's buy another one, and now what is it? So it's more health regen, more armor, and more magic armor, and you get a better effect from it. And then 3 magic armor. How much is vestments? Is 5, so it is less than vestments, so it does not stack. But it does mean that if someone has it, that means that you... Oh, so then it negates its own effect. That's cool. Okay. Okay, I'll take that. That's not so bad. For 7 seconds it lasts. It's a decent amount of time. Huh. Interesting. Kind of like that. That's neat. Upgraded 3 times. 750 cast range. Physical cast. So it's physical cast, so it does go through Shrunken. And it does not activate Nullstone. Neat. Abyssal Skull. You now get the health regen from it. You lose the base damage, less base damage and less lifesteal. So it's slight nerf to it, but also a buff as well. So I'm cool with that. The right kick bottling thing, which we already showed off. That's basically exactly how it works in Dota, which is good. Bound Eye. Yes. Yes. This change is awesome. So Bound Eye no longer sees wards by default. That means that you cannot just buy a Bound Eye and immediately just be like, yay, I can see wards. And it is now activatable, and you can reveal wards around the user for 10 seconds. 60-second cooldown will break invisibility on self when activated, so that means that Fade can't just run around and be like, I can see everything! Added a visual passive when active effect on targets possessing Bound Eye. Let us see what that is. Relics, Bound Eye. That's annoying. Little eye over my head. What does this look like? Okay, and so now he can see wards. It's a decent radius. Interesting. wait, I can't sell you, can I? It's upsetting. Alright, well, that's kind of neat, and it is very obvious now who has an eye, so you don't have to click on people to figure that out anymore, so that's good. Okay, yeah, these are changes these are called Swindlemelons changes. These are changes that Swindlemelons was just like, the Courier is too good, and then this happened. So now Courier invulnerability cooldown is longer, so now it's 90 seconds, so you can't just do it for free whenever you want. It starts on cooldown, so that means that whenever the Courier gets upgraded to a Flying Courier, you can upgrade it at like 0 minutes. You cannot just have it be invulnerable while you're scouting around in the map. So that means that you no longer can use the Courier to scout for free at the beginning of the game, which is a very cunning way to keep invulnerability on it for the public scene and also remove its ridiculous effectiveness for the pro scene, which is cool. Courier dies, all items will be dropped normally, however only consumables and shareable items that are dropped will be seen by enemies, the rest are invisible. Courier now dies in 2 hits by melee heroes, 3 hits by ranged heroes or towers, and 6 hits from minions. Awesome. Love it. Cool. Dust change. Thank you. I did this one. Kind of. I was the one. I saw this change, or I saw someone suggested it to me, and I was like, that is a fucking fantastic idea, because dust, a little background about when I play HoN. I think I could count the number of times that I've bought dust in my HoN career on one hand, because I never buy dust, because I've just never seen the use in it. Because it's like, oh yeah, well you can get the dust on them, but like they're just gonna run away from you. Like, what's the difference? And then you have to like guess and hope that they're there, and it's like, well, I think they might be here. Instead of having the more defensive and proactive and the more defensive solution, which I've always felt was the safer solution, and just carrying around rev wards everywhere. And then you can kind of create safe zones for your team. And that's how I just always played, because I never thought dust was worth it. But now the cooldown's down, and now you can see, now it has clear vision on the enemy for 3 seconds as well. So now you dust somebody, if they run away, you can still see them through the fog, which is cool. And definitely makes a big difference. So, the Elder Parasite change. Let's just do this in game. So, Elder Parasite is now a Beast Heart, Gloves of the Swift, and a Recipe. Fairly cheap. So, only 2,000. Let's give it to my boy Predator over her. So, when activated, it applies Craze to herself. Passive bonuses, health, and attack speed. Crazed, lifesteal, damage, additional damage taken, attack speed, and movement speed. So I can do stuff like this now. That's noticeable. And I could have even done that. And then really destroyed stuff. Awesome. Love that change. It's amazing. Very cool. Now it's an activation modifier, so you cannot activate it while Shrunken Head or Void Talisman are active. Remove from Morph Attack, no longer an attack modifier. So now you can have that and also have other shit, so you can also lifesteal, so that's cool. So it's a little bit like a Symbol of Rage, but not really. Yeah. I assume that's Bloodhunter. That beating. It's kind of unnerving a little bit, but oh well. So that's really cool. I really like that. Elder Parasite actually will get used by stuff, especially Berserker. Berserker with that will be ridiculous. Holy shit. Alright. Hellflower. Instead of reducing all of Hellflower's benefits to the point of uselessness, we remove the damage amp in order to keep more lockdown item choices in the game. Players already have choices for amplifying their damage, but very few choices for locking down a target. Remove the damage amp. Cast ranged increased, so you can now Hellflower people from further away. I don't know about that. Increased duration. Reduced mana cost. I don't know how I feel about that. Because the big thing about Orchid in Dota is that it does not perplex, but it still gives you the damage amp. So that alone kind of balances it, regardless of whatever else you do to it. So now you still get the perplex from someone, so they can't use items and shit, they can only run. But you're not doing more damage to them. I guess I would kind of have to use it to really have the feeling of it. And that also means that I think you'll see it used less from people like Pebbles. Actually, yeah.
that will do a bit. That will make a big difference, just because the whole blink Hellflower thing becomes less. Yeah. Yep. That's the problem. That actually fixes it. That's really cool, because currently you have you get a Hellflower. Now you can blink Hellflower, and then it's like, so you blink Hellflower on somebody, and they're taking more damage. They can't do anything, so they're fucked. So the rest of your team can follow up and murder somebody. And the problem that the competitors have is that someone with a Hellflower can just do that to somebody, and unless you have a Nullstone, you're basically dead. Whereas in Dota, you have ways of getting out of it, because you're not perplexed, so you can do stuff like push book or whatever else you have. Now, the effect of this and Sheepstick are really similar. So Hellflower has a slightly easier build-up, but it doesn't do damage amp, which is a big difference. So now it's like Hellflower, the person can run away at their whim, but and can't use their shit. Sheepstick, they can't run away because they're sheeped, and they're slowed and cannot use their shit. So now it's really it's more of a choice for a player than it is just like, obviously Hellflower is better, which is cool. So, Homecoming Stones, these are big. Right now, counter teleports happen too fast for a team to viably try to gank an enemy hero. Increased duration allow teams a chance to gank enemies at towers, while also still allowing the enemy team a chance to react. The increased duration also makes it much more viable to run when you see a port coming, try and port out yourself, or a man up to kill the tower. It now takes 4 seconds to teleport to any Tier 1 tower, 3.5 seconds to any Tier 2, 3 seconds to anything in your base. Post-haste is still 3-second channel anything. New effects for the targeted teleport. These effects now show how long it will be until the person teleporting in will appear. Let us test it. Let us. Yes, let us. Homecoming Stone. Interesting. So now it takes longer. It takes 4 seconds to get out there. But that also means that the enemy can see you, and that means that like when they say that. So say I'm pushing this tower. I'm up here. I know it's gone, but say I'm pushing this tower, and I'm like, okay, I want to kill this tower. So I run up to it. I'm trying to kill it. A port starts to come in. I have 1 full second to decide, nope, fuck that, and do this. Because if I TP back to my base, it's still a 3-second channel. So as long as I TP, if he's TPing to that, if he's TPing to his second tier tower, it's 0.5 seconds, but whatever. I have time to decide, no, I don't want to do this, I will die, and get away. Which is good. Very good. And it also slightly mitigates the problem with bubbles, where he can like drop the thing on you, and then the enemy can TP in and kill you. Because now he can drop the thing on you, and you can probably TP out by the time anyone comes to get you. Even with Bubbles' thing, because he only has the stun on his, the mini stun at the beginning. So that's a nice difference. So I like that. That's cool. I like it. Alright, Gnome's Wisdom, 50% mana regeneration now played on the aura. Already love Gnome's Wisdom, now love it more. Post-haste, no longer lose out, we already talked about this, so now you have the Strider's thing on post-haste, so you run even faster. Puzzle Box change. Reveal is now on level 1 and 2, so now, along with the Bound Eye change, so now you can buy a Puzzle Box, and you can use it to counter ward, which is good times. Because Puzzle Box, despite being ridiculously good, is never, ever picked up. And now, so Puzzle Box actually would be really good. So now the Restoration change, and this is one that people were confused about ahead of time. So basically it adds together whatever cooldowns that you have, and I think it's up to 210 seconds, and then that's the cooldown. So if I'm Midas, which is the example that you used, and I use all my cooldowns, it's only going to be like 40 seconds. But if I'm Tempest and I use all my cooldowns, it's going to be a lot. So as it says, Tempest uses his level 1 Elemental Void and then waits 80 seconds, 120 seconds left on the cooldown. He then uses Portal Key, 14 second cooldown, Meteor, 25 second cooldown, then uses Restoration Stone. Restoration Stone's cooldown will be 120.
120 plus 14 for the portal key, plus 25 for the meteor, plus 30 because it's always 30. So it's 209 seconds. So basically, it makes heroes that have lower cooldowns be able to use Restoration Stone effectively and have it be a positive item pickup for them. Ta-da! So Words of Red, you can now buy 2 at the start of the game. Now you get money when killing Words of Revelation. Thank you! Now can see the radius around neutral camps that would block respawns when you're placing a ward. Excuse me while I figure that out. Because that might be the most important change for me, personally.
The enemy won't survive for long.
Do-do-do-do-do. Oh my god! Oh. 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 Oh my god. That's just the greatest thing I've ever seen. That makes me so, so happy. That's just the greatest thing that ever existed. I can now ward properly. Oh my god. That's so cool. I can now see where I can ward to block the camp and get vision. Ah! Really, you can block the camp by putting it down there? That's interesting. Actually, that never occurred to me. Excuse me for 1 second. So yeah, you could hypothetically put it there and have it ward. Okay, this is really weird. What I'm doing right now is really awkward. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance. So now if I'm walking by this camp and I'm like, hey, Dick, I don't want you to be able to do shit. And we're going to do this. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. I know there's bodies, but we'll wait like 2 seconds for that not to be the case anymore. Okay, bodies are gone. Neutrals do not spawn. That's fucking fantastic. Kind of a shame that you can't see that. That's like impossible to click on.
Time is wasting. Sun.
Alright, can I get it so that I can see the ward? Uh-huh.
Speak quickly.
Oh god! What have I done? Oh hey everyone! I have a new favorite ward spot in the game! Oh hey! It's only the coolest ward spot ever! The only I mean, you can't see up here, but you still get the vision. You get a nice little arc here. That's awesome. That's awesome. I know that's always been there, but like knowing where to put it is really awkward, you know. So that's really cool. You can get a ward right on that little ledge, and you block this camp and that. So what other fun camp blocking things can we do here? I'm actually going to just remove fog. Okay, so you can block from up here. I love how close that is. It feels like you can almost block both. Huh. Oh, look what I found. Actually, don't need to run over there. I can just do this.
That is really far. You can hide this ward anywhere to block this camp if you wanted to. This one has less options, and this is the more important one to block. Oh, this one does block when you put it up there. Huh. That actually never occurred to me. I will actually use that. I'm just going to block the shit out of the camp all the time. This one's pretty obvious. This one's cool too, because you can do something like, you can put a Emerald Warden trap here, and no one's going to look there. Like, why would you look there? And it'll block this camp. And again, I know this worked before, it's just that it's less obvious. Like, it's not right in your face that you can do that. So I like, that's cool. That actually might be one of my favorite things about the patch. Because that's going to help me be a better warder, and I like that. Better, more reliable damage. Critical chance increased from blah 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 to 20, so it's always 20. Critical damage decreased slightly, so at lower levels you don't crit as hard. Higher levels you crit the same. Damage crate changed. Lower damage at lower levels. Higher damage at higher levels. I'm in favor of this. It's cool. Ring of the Teacher, reduced aura armor 3 to 2. Passive armor increased by 1. So now you get the same amount of armor that you did before, but your allies and shit don't. So Savage Mace no longer has attack speed on it. Cool. Shrunken Head is an activation same with Hellbringer, Parasite, and Void Talisman. Steam Boots defaults to Apprentice Robe instead of Boltering Armor. Oh, that's so nice of them to do that. So now, if I go over here and I look at Steam Boots, it tells me I should buy an Apprentice Robe. It does not matter what you buy, but now you can very easily buy it from the side shop by just right-clicking. Cool! Cool. Slayer, damage down. Cool. Bots. Soldier per bot. Hooray for Paradox. Fix bots toggle. Bots now select the difficulty to play against. When queuing against bots, random the bots. Now random the bots. Cool. So you can have a difficulty level of difficulty of the bots. You can random the bots. Now pick after all humans of. Oh, thank God. That's awesome. This is amazing. So Sir Bensington, Tiki the Master, Lion, Gemini, Monarch, Siege Gauntlet, Elemental Bringer. This one's amazing. I cannot wait for this. Why is this not out yet? God damn it. I always love these. This really should be in every patch. Anyone using mods should uninstall them, as this patch has significant UI changes. No kidding. Animation length changes, no longer... It changes effect when the... Okay, so it changes when you can attack after the attack is over. So a bunch of changes that really don't do that much. Well, wait, does it? That's nice. These are really nice. That's actually a nice buff to Pyro. That's a nice buff to Hag. These are very, very significant buffs to Puppet Master. Holy crap. Nice buffs to Hellbringer. Nice buffs to Defiler. Cool. Agorant. What is this crap? Distance a target has to be within before your hero will automatically acquire them to attack. This change makes sure ranged heroes acquire targets in the appropriate range, while melee heroes will get a little bit closer. 600 to 800 units for the following people. Agorant decrease from 800 to 600 for the following people. Cool. Added new bot icons for the editor. Power Throw, Lingering Vision at the end removed. Behemoth Vision fixed not display. What does that mean? This is good. That's good too. Fine. Okay. What did that mean? Excuse me. If they ruined my hero, this whole patch is over. I'm sorry. It's just over if they ruined my hero. It's just straight up over.
Table flip. That's really gay. That is really gay for no particular reason, and it makes me really, really mad that there was no one to point out that that was really bad. That's a really, 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 really stupid change. That's like, here's a fun thing. Now it's gone! Really bad change. Really, really bad. That's extremely horrible. I'm sorry. That makes me really, really angry. Yeah, can you do it with Poly? Why can I do it with Malthus? If I can do it with Malthus, why can't I do it with a Vine Ward? Can I do it with Poly? Does it work the same with Poly? I bet it does. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to say that that's a bug. That's what I'm going to say. Because it cannot possibly be intentional that that would happen. It just can't. It can't be intentional. And I have right-click refresh on, which is why you can do this. But, I now have no interest in playing Bramble. Like, no reason. No, the comparison is Bramble Wall. The other comparison would be like Behemoth Fissure, for example. You get like a block and then a block, which of course you can do just fine. There's no problem at all. But yeah, let's try Empath, I guess, at your request. Really? That's not Empath. Yeah, you can do it. Works just the same. Gotta give them the benefit of the doubt and say that that's a bug. Just gonna say that's gotta be a bug because there's no reason for that kind of inconsistency. There's no reason at all. Zero reason. If that was how it was intended, why? It's such a bad change. I would have been, if I still worked at S2 when they're like, oh, let's fix Bramble, I would have been fighting tooth and nail for that. Tooth and nail for that. Couriers, some pets, and most gadgets now ignored probably target abilities, fine. Cat main champion, whatever that means. Is now notified with the sound. There's a queue and they aren't ready. Nice. Fix the water rendering on all of the maps. TCP's already. Chats to now update stats. The player when attempts that. That's cool. God, I'm still so mad. I'm still so angry about that. That's good change. Some people skip these, you shouldn't. Fixed a divide by zero error with the new cast range indicators. As much as we tried, we could not bend the fabric of the universe.
Chat tab, cool. 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 I'm still so mad about that. Still so angry. Alright, well, I'm done with the notes, so hope that was enjoyable. It went 2 hours, so that's a little insane at how long the patch is. I think I'm going to shut down the stream for a little bit and watch the HoNcast stream, and then I will come back with TMM for probably a decent portion of the day. So, yeah, I will be back a little bit later, guys. Check out twitch.tv/HoNcast for the little podcast that they're doing. I'm interested in what they're going to say, and I'm probably going to try and complain about the Bramble change. And, yeah. So,